So let's what do we got going for today? What do you want to talk about?
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna start with the fun stuff because I have something for you here that's I so when you said you wanted to do Fuck Mary Swipe Left, the same
Okay.
thing that we do on me and Brandon's show, I was like, I'm
Right.
all for this, but I'm gonna give you options this time because I came up with two lists and I'm gonna ask you which one you'd want to pick. And these are
Okay.
both ATL style. So
Okay.
the first list is so I'm gonna tell you the first list is gonna consist of ATL famous people, but the second list is
Okay.
gonna be Atlanta Braves players. So we're gonna go with one of the two.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna have to go with ATL people because I don't know anything about the Braves.
Okay,
Uh,
cool, cool.
well,
All right. Well, yeah. All right.
ah,
So these are all people that are either born in Atlanta or they are known for being Atlanta. Like this is
okay.
like you can't separate them from Atlanta.
Okay.
Cam Newton, you know Cam
Cam
Newton.
Newton?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
know Cam Newton, but I didn't know he was born in Atlanta.
yeah. He played for I believe he played for Georgia before he played for Auburn.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dexter Fowler, who's a you should look him up if you don't know who he is. He's actually I kind of he was a baseball player, but he's retired now. And then
Okay.
Donald Glover, Childish Gambino.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I had to
What
throw
is
him
what
in
is
there.
Dex what is Dexter's last name?
Fowler, you got to see this guy.
Okay, let's see.
I made it
Dexter.
hard. I made it hard. You got to see what he looks like.
Well, I don't think it was that hard, Dexter. Oh,
That's what I'm
oh,
saying.
oh.
you're
Okay.
gonna you're gonna have to think about that. You're gonna have to think about this one, OnyxRose.
Well, so here's how it's gonna be. I shit. I'm gonna fuck Cam Newton.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah,
Well,
I'm a
no.
Panthers fan, so
Well, okay. You know what? I'm gonna swipe left on Cam. I'm gonna fuck Dexter, and I'm gonna marry Donald Glover.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do my order, but before I do my order, I want to know why.
Why? Donald Glover is a mixture of art and beauty. So he's got good looks. He can hold a conversation. He's an artist, so he does more than music. He does acting, all of that
Mhm.
good stuff. Dexter Fowler, just because he looks good. Cam Newton, I'm not big on football players or the, a lot of baseball players, anything like that. Um,
Mm. Okay, that makes sense.
no.
So my list, I think I'm gonna do it a little different, but this was hard for me.
Okay.
So I'm definitely gonna marry Donald Glover like you did, because like
Okay.
duh.
But
Cam Newton,
yeah.
I'm gonna fuck Cam Newton because like for real, like when so he was the first quarterback drafted in from my team, like in the year that he was drafted, like and I thought I had written him off at first because I'd seen him that one year at Auburn, and I was like, I don't think this kid's gonna be any good for us. But he ended up being one of our best quarterbacks, and he's just a hot guy, so I'd fuck him. And Dexter Fowler is really hard to do this. I'm gonna swipe left on him, even though he is smoking. Um,
He is, yeah, he looks good. That's what I'm saying, like, I don't know how you can swipe left on
I-
him.
it was hard. I mean,
Uh
I'm probably swiping left on him because I don't want Michael to get jealous.
Uh,
Uh, okay. Do you have the three for me now?
I haven't picked 3, but let me go ahead and do
I
that
bet you could
real
do it on the.
quick.
Yeah, I bet you could do it
Yeah,
real
I could
quick.
probably think of 3. So we're gonna think of 3, uh, let's see, Atlanta, oh, hold on, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, okay.
You know it. You know.
Drake,
Oh yeah. Okay.
J. Cole,
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, shit. You made this hard for me too. Alright, hold on. Let me get a reminder. I know what J. Cole looks like, but I gotta get a reminder.
Yeah, look him up, and this is not
Oh,
based on music. This
no,
is
no.
just based on looks. Yeah.
No, I know.
So,
Okay, okay. I think I got it. I have to. I'm fucking Kendrick.
okay.
I'm a Mary J. Cole. I'm swiping left on Drake because, like, you
Yeah.
already know how I feel about Drake. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm
Yeah.
good on
Yeah.
Drake.
Yeah.
So, like,
That's
you know
yeah.
my yeah. Is that how you're going too?
Oh, yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah,
I think we have
100%.
I think we have the same pretty much the same reasons for that too. It's like,
Yeah,
duh.
yeah, yeah, 100%. So,
Uh,
but yeah, let's move on to something else.
yeah, yeah.
Let's start with, um, like a brief coming out story of sorts.
Okay.
How did you come out?
Okay, so let's see. This is kind of complicated because I was raised Catholic
Okay,
and my mom's conservative, so this was like and an immigrant. So like she's from the Philippines, so in certain cultures it's just different. Like I think you understand where I'm coming from. Like
I do.
the
Yeah.
family isn't as accepting of certain different like different lifestyles, different backgrounds, things like that. And some things she said to me growing up kind of messed me up because like when I was younger, I didn't necessarily identify as gay. I identified as like pansexual.
Okay.
Well, before I knew what that was, because back then I grew up in the '90s, so it was like we didn't have
Right.
that term widely used at that point. But that's what I felt like. I could, I liked everyone as long as they had a good heart, good spirit, and were. And kind of like the other thing for me though too, like looks helped, but like for me it was more what do you have inside of you? Like what do you bring to the conversation? How like what are your interests? Like do your values align with me? Well, anyway, I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but I'm bringing it back. So,
No, but that's yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So then my mom says she's like, "Well, first of all, gay people are bad. Um anyone different is bad." But basically that's what she was saying. But like what surprised me the most, and I don't know if I should out her like this, but, she did say something to me one time when I was in high school because I, wanted to date a black girl, and I liked black girls at the time, and I really wanted to date, one of my friends that was there, and she liked me too, and my mom was like, "No, if you bring home a black girl, I'm not gonna fuck with or, like, you're disowned, basically," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
That's
Like
not surprising, trust me. I know about that shit. Yeah,
mhm.
I know about that, yeah, like, I've dated, like, so many like, it's like a United Colors of Benetton,
Yeah.
ad, and with each person's mom, it's been the same, you know? You need
Mhm.
to drop him at the time, or or we're gonna disown you, and
Wow.
that's that was the prevailing attitude my whole life. No, no.
Wow. Well, kinda like riffing or not riffing off that, but seeding off of that for a second. So you do mention like, your previous life when you were presenting as, as a male. Do
Right.
you still get people to this day that try to dead name you when you're, like, around family or, like, friends or whatever?
So, my family still dead names me and misgenders me all the time.
Ah,
All the time. Yeah, it's not even like, I can't even be mad anymore because I
mhm,
realize that, being mad is just gonna do nothing because they're not gonna change their ways. So, but yeah, my friends, I don't really have a lot of close friends in real life,
mhm.
but
Me neither.
my
Mm.
bestie, the minute I told her my new name, she switched, and she is the only person in this lifetime who has never dead named me of
Well,
the
here
people who, yeah,
yeah, well, here's the thing. Your bestie is the one who understands you the most likely, and she, right? She's the one
yeah,
is
um,
she understands that this is your authentic self, and she's
yeah,
not going to, try to force something that wasn't you onto you still, despite the fact that that was lingering with you for like most of your life. You know what I mean? Like she's not gonna be like, well, you still have to be this person. I'm like, what?
right.
Oh.
Well, it's kind of funny because even Egg, and if y'all know Egg, Egg is my partner, my spouse, my boo, my
You're
babe,
boo.
my boo. I'm booed up,
Wait,
yeah.
is
But
egg on? Is egg on here? Is egg on
no,
today?
no, yes, she is. She's on. Her handle is Eggy Salad.
I think I've
Um,
seen her around. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, but, she misgenders me or dead names me. Not misgenders me, she dead names me. It's kind of funny because 'cause we'll both stop and look at each other, and we'll laugh, and then we'll continue going. But, it happens, and in some ways it's funny, in some other places it's not. It just
Mhm.
depends on the situation. Yeah.
I'm sure it's not intentional either. I think
No, it's never
no.
intentional. No,
Mm,
it's never intentional.
mm.
But being together for 23 years,
Wow.
and yeah,
That's
so
relationship goals.
we've been together for 23 years, and and for a chunk of that, so we got together in 2002. I came out in 2012.
Mhm.
So for like 10 years, I was kind of masquerading as a dude. And what happened is I went out of the closet, then in the closet, then out of the closet, then in the closet. And then I got outed by a family therapist. And that's how Egg found out. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So, and that was kind of fucked up. That was like it was a 3-year decision as to whether she was gonna stay or we were gonna split up. Um and like I always say when I do my own lives, if there is a person in a relationship who is transitioning, by that very nature, the other partner, the other person, if they're going to stay, needs to do a transition of their own.
mhm,
So, to have a trans person and a cis person who is not going to transition, but wants to be a straight cis heteronormative person, it's
mhm.
just not going to work. Now, I guess it could. I've just never seen an incident where it has. But Egg went on her own journey, and so that's something for her to talk about. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, and I'm sure I'll hear it sometime, but, uh, now we'll kinda, like, transition that back into my own story because I didn't finish telling
Yeah.
my story, but I loved hearing this, so I didn't interrupt this because I wanted to hear all this, and that's
Yeah.
great.
No, let's go.
Yeah, yeah. So after high school, right, so now I'm dating a Filipino girl. So, I got together with the exact race that my mom, my mom she's from the Philippines. So I dated a full Filipino girl who was born in the Philippines, but had lived here since she was 3. And we were together for 3.5 years. She was very abusive, but this was behind the scenes. She wouldn't let anybody know that. So, like, she was physically and emotionally abusive to me.
Okay. I'm
And,
sorry to hear that.
and she had borderline personality disorder.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm a BPD trauma survivor.
Yes,
Um,
I'm sure. I'm sure.
yeah, I still get kinda that.
BPD is one of the hardest things to live with, and to live with people who have BPD.
Yeah,
Yes.
I still kind of, have some remnants of, like, the trauma when I'm interacting with my boyfriend sometimes, my partner, and it's hard, to, like, shake free of it sometimes. So, I mean, I try, but it's hard. He's looking at me right now as I'm talking about this. Um, but anyway, so after we broke up, she got with my sister, and that started getting me questioning my sexuality. Because at the point when I was younger, I'd already kind of thought maybe I was different, and maybe I wasn't completely straight. But after that breakup, that kind of like jolted me right into, because I was in love with her too. I was like, what am I? Like, am I actually straight? Am I gay? Am I bisexual? Am I pansexual? Am I this? Am I that? I went on this journey for a while, and I slept with guys and women. I mean, yeah, I slept with guys, women, whatever. Like, I got out there and tried to figure out my journey. And so I was able to keep myself in the closet per se for a while. And I didn't officially come out until I was about 29 years old.
Okay.
So I got to the point where I came out, and it was on Facebook actually. So nobody knew. Well, I mean, some of my friends knew already that I might have been bi or something. But like, I went on Facebook and I said, Jodie Foster just came out. She gave me the courage to come out myself. And this was during her, was it Golden Globes
Yeah,
speech
yeah. Good Globes
over,
or Oscar, I'm not sure, yeah.
I think it was like 15 years ago. It was somewhere back
Right,
there. Yeah, because I'll
right.
be 44 this year. So yeah, that tracks. Um,
Okay.
but it was around the time when she came out, and I was like, oh, what? I can do this now. I shouldn't be afraid anymore. But like for a
Right.
while, I was like doing all these things that kind of like went against my identity. Like for the first time in life, and I'd never done this, not even when I had been religious and was trying to come off as straight or whatever. I'd never, and I regret this still to this day, and I don't know how much I like to admit this, but I actually registered as a Republican for a few years and voted
Ah!
and voted against some of my own interests. I voted against.
Oh!
So I was in California, right? And do you remember Prop 8 when they were trying to ban gay marriage?
Yes.
I
Don't
voted
tell
yes.
oh, no! Oh, no!
I know.
Well, at least here's the thing, you can admit it and you can own it, and that's
I'm owning
good.
it. I'm owning it. And I was also getting into like a lot of church organizations at the time still. I was trying to hold on to that religion and trying to make people, and this is why it happened, because I got into the gay community. I started trying to become more accepting of myself and accepted by the community. But what I was starting to notice as a person of color and somebody who's a little chubbier, that I wasn't welcomed with open arms. And I was like,
Yep,
well, fuck the LGBTQ community at the time. That's what I said. I said, fuck the
yep.
LGBTQ community. I'm gonna fucking make sure I dismantle all of it. And I'm like, I mean,
Wow.
that's kind of vindictive, but like,
Well, yours is not the first story I've heard like this.
yeah,
There are some very famous people who have stories similar to yours in the sense that they have gone against their interests and spoken poorly, and then have had a change of heart or just admitted
yeah.
what they felt to be it.
I w-
So,
I was never truly a Republican. I've always been a progressive person. I've always been,
yeah,
I would almost say some people would call me a communist, because have I have adopted some like socialist and communist ideologies into my overall worldview and perspective. And I actually attribute that to my Catholic upbringing, because if you really look at what the Catholics try to teach people, feed the poor, feed the hungry, house people, do all the stuff that we're trying to promote now, like us progressives, like housing should be a universal right, like things like that. Like I feel like that's rooted in true Catholic like ideology, like, and these people that try to speak out against it, that are Catholic, and say, no, this is how it's supposed to be. I'm like, you're not really reading the Bible, are you? And that was when I was religious. Obviously, I'm not religious anymore. I'm
okay, because I was gonna say, all of that stuff is just being a good person.
yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
really have anything to do with religion. It has everything to do with being a decent moral person.
Yeah.
even if you're atheist, agnostic, religious,
Yeah.
like you do the things, you help people, you
Exactly.
feed people, you clothe people, you give them shelter, you have universal health care. These are all the things that are just normal, and it seems so necessary. It doesn't seem like it's at odds with anything I think of.
Yeah.
And it seems like a lot of people have these same feelings, you know?
Yeah.
Um, it's strange to me that someone would say, well, this person needs to stay on streets because they're junkies, that
Mm.
it seems kind of fucked up to me. It's like, okay, what about compassion? What about empathy? What about putting yourself in the same position? What
Exactly.
about putting your loved one in the same position? And it shouldn't even be like that. It's just like, well, you see someone who's clearly hurting, why aren't you helping them? You know?
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
uh,
It's like and now what you see with religion, especially, like, some of the, like, the more evangelical, like, religions, they're really just pushing this idea that seems counter to what Christianity tries to preach,
yeah,
and it almost seems politically motivated.
it is politically motivated. That's all it is. Because true Christianity, and I am not a Christian, I am not religious in that aspect, but true Christianity, true Catholicism, boiled down to its roots. I'm not talking about all the torture and maiming and killing that they've done in the name of religion,
Yeah,
but
and the Crusades, yeah.
yeah, not all that bullshit, but at its heart, help others, feed others, be kind to others. These are traits and ideals that everybody needs to adopt, and it shouldn't be such a big deal. I just, um, um, Okay. Uh, yeah. So, but let me hop back into how I came
Yes,
out.
let's do this, let's do this.
Okay. So first of all, I want to say, I had been experimenting with my sexuality for a while even before I met Egg. There, there used to be a club in Atlanta called Backstreet, and it was a 24-hour club, 24-hour gay club, 3 levels, 24-hour liquor license. Um, so you can imagine the debauchery and such that would go down there. I mean, it was like it's debauchery. People fucking on the floor, blowjobs,
Mhm.
everything, you know, everything.
Mm.
And
Um,
then it was just drugs everywhere, queens, and so I was going to this place by myself. First, I would go with my friends. We would go like, ha ha, have a good time. And then I started going by myself, and then I started taking off my shirt and dancing with the gay boys, and then I went to Charlotte, wherever the pterodactyl is, and had
mhm.
my first like true encounter with a guy, um, and then several more followed. Um, but I was fully stuck on women, but trying to find my way around, uh, around my sexuality. And even now, it's like it's really fluid. I'm pan. So, like, you know, however it takes me is however I'm going. Now, the one crazy thing is, let me get into this. I have bipolar disorder, and I had a manic episode in March through September of last year.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yes, during that manic episode, I became the most sexual version of myself that I have been in probably 13 years, 14 years, 15 years. And like my sex drive went way the fuck up. So what I figured through that time is I am definitely pan, you know. I like guys. I like trans guys. I like trans girls. I like girls. You know, any person, you know, like as long as you know, as long as they have a great heart, you know, as long as they love art, as long as they love poetry, wine, you know, I'm not talking about wine as in drinking wine, but wine is in uh, a tactile experience. Um,
Like sipping almost?
well, no, okay, so when I say like, people ask me to describe myself, and I
Okay.
say, "Well, wine and lace," and I don't mean drinking wine, but I mean the jamminess of wine, the
Ah,
the pulpy nature, like, of the grapes as they're smashed. That is how I imagine my body. And my skin is lace. And so I'm made up of pulp and lace, but it's not just blood. It's like intoxication almost. And so it's kind of hard to explain it. People think I sound kind of cuckoo. But
no,
that's the way I
that
go.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Uh, um,
I think I understand exactly where you're going with that. That
okay.
totally makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, go ahead and continue with your story because I'm still intrigued to know a little
Oh,
bit more. Yeah.
so let's see, 2000, let's see, 2002, 2000, in the 90s, I had, and I don't tell many people, let's see who all's in here. I don't tell many
43
people.
people.
I know, I was like shit.
Well,
I don't
I
tell.
didn't tell many people about that other thing because I am
Yeah,
ashamed of that chapter in my life.
well, you know, that it's I so I was sexually abused by a girlfriend, um, and it's hard for people to understand that because they see the guy who is the person who does the offending, the raping. Um, well, this was the other way around. And I was
What type of thing?
masquerading as a guy at the time, but
Mhm,
you know, on the inside, you know, so it did a lot of damage. And I blame a lot of unresolved trauma, you know, for how I've been sexually since then. Um, and coming out of this trauma or realizing that, you know, that it wasn't my fault and I did nothing to bring this on, um, uh, you know, that allowed me to break through a little bit, and allowed me to, keep on exploring my gender and my sexuality. Now,
mhm,
you know, there was a dormant period, and that was a big part of it, you know, and
mhm,
that's something that, me and Egg haven't really discussed all that much,
mhm.
uh just because it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah,
But, y you know, it is something that we will get to discuss because, it's becoming easier to talk about,
that's
and the
good.
easier it is for me to talk about, the easier it will be for me to talk about with her.
Wow. Um,
Um,
you got a little emotional there for a second. I was trying to,
yeah,
but
uh,
no, that's a beautiful moment. That's very, vulnerable and very, I'm happy that I was here when you shared that with us. So
no,
I'm
um,
honored and I feel
thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for providing the platform, like a platform where I felt comfortable. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess people say I have that effect, I suppose. I don't know. I mean, I just like to listen and talk to people and hear their stories, and I think that's a huge thing that we all need to remember, like, just listen to people, like,
yeah,
before we even, like, say anything about things we don't know, we listen. That's the key. Like, I
right,
feel like a lot
right,
of people have forgotten that. They just they're stuck in their own echo chambers. They wanna hear what they wanna hear, and if they hear anything different, it's whatever. They don't
right,
care, and they
right.
don't care to listen. I mean, we can
Yeah,
learn a lot from each other.
we can. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, no. It's
yeah,
communication. Communication is a big thing.
yeah,
And I to be if I'm going to be honest, my communication with Egg has been not really good over the last 5 or 6 years. Um, there's a lot of things that while we joke around and laugh and have great conversation,
mhm,
but there's a lot of things that are lying underneath the surface, that we both know are there, that, I don't think we both that neither of us wants to address right now,
mhm.
um, but that will have to be addressed at some point. No,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
I can relate to your, the fact that you said the communication hasn't been great in your relationship right now because that's something that I constantly struggle with in my 12-year relationship with Mike. Um, the thing I tend to do when he wants to talk, and he's somebody who likes to confront things head on and talk about it right then and there, and I like to just, like, think about it for a while and hold off on it and kinda, like, shrink when conflict arises. So, those 2 styles clash a lot, and we get into arguments over it.
right,
So, the thing is, I'm trying to be more assertive, more, proactive in preventing those clashes and that lack of communication. I've been trying my hardest to not shrink when he asks me questions or when he tries to get me to open up and tell him things because we are partners after all, and, I mean, we love each other, but it's hard when when the way that you face conflict is different, you know what I mean? It's like
yes,
I try to avoid it. He doesn't seem to mind confronting it whenever it comes because I mean, he's a lover, but he's a fighter at the same time. Like, he'll fight for what's right. Like, he's always been a person he doesn't like lying. He,
right,
even if it's a white lie that I tell him, like, he'll be like, "You're lying to me. Like, I don't like being lied
right.
to. You've gotta tell me the truth, even if it's something that might hurt me." And
Right.
that
Yeah.
kind of came to light when I cheated on him, and I felt really bad, like, I was early on, we needed some time away, he moved it when we moved to Chicago from Sacramento, he, actually went to his dad's for a few months in Erie. That's where we are now, but, like, he went to live with his dad for a while I was alone in Chicago working at Verizon at the time, and, that was a hard time for me because I thought we were gonna split up. We
Yeah.
didn't split up at the time, but he was away from me, so it was, like, the physical distance, and then I, like, started
Right.
going out to the bars more and just drinking and, like, trying to forget about stuff, and it was a low point. I mean, I missed him so much, so then one day, Memorial Day weekend, it was, like, 4 months in, I drove to Erie, I took time off of work, and I was like, "Honey, take me back." I mean, take come home. It wasn't even take me back because I whatever, but I'm like, "Come home. I love you. I want you. I want you here, and I'm sorry for what I did, and I hope we've had enough time apart for you to realize that I can change, that I'm capable of change. I've showed that to you." And
Right.
he came back with me, so
Well,
obviously.
that's good. Yeah, no, 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 that's good. Like, it's good
Mhm,
that he gave you that second chance, and it's good that you were willing to own up to the issue at hand, because
yeah,
there are not a there are people who are just like, well, yeah, I cheated, so what the fuck, give me another chance. And it's not that easy.
Yeah.
Like there has to be trust that's built up again, you
I
know.
gate I regained that trust, and now we're
Uh,
stronger than ever.
so with Egg and me, I have never cheated on Egg, and she's never cheated on me. We yeah, but that uh, that in itself, it does not mean everything's all peachy and good. It just means we haven't cheated on each other, you know? Like, a lot in my mind, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, 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 yeah," Um, and, yeah, it's not so I would rather Egg is monogamous, let me say it to you like that, and that is how she likes it. I am monogamous because she is monogamous.
And
Like
that's the same way with me because Mike is the same way, and I don't wanna say what you just said out loud because he's right here, but,
right,
um, that's
right,
the same exact issue,
right.
and, that's hard, but at the same
It is
time,
hard.
I got to the point where I was like, "I love this man and I don't wanna hurt him anymore." So, what turned for me is that it's like, "Oh, just don't do it." Like, you can look, you can playfully flirt with as many people as you want to, as long as you're not doing crossing that line and actually doing something to hurt him, and, I mean, I can have all the fun I want. I joke with Brandon all the time on our podcast, like, I jokingly, like, flirt with him and stuff, whatever, but, like, he knows, like, whatever, like, I love my man, like, that's not serious, whatever, but, I can look at as many guys as I want and say whatever I want about them, but or girls even, at the end of the day, I'm right here, and I'm not going anywhere.
So, I'm not gonna say anything about Brandon because he already knows. I've already made myself
Well, no,
clear to Brandon.
no,
Um,
I already know because I saw that
yeah,
on our podcast. I was like, "Oh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Um But, like, I like people who are kind, I like people who are thoughtful, I like people who are artistic, I like and so I end up meeting a lot of people who fit this bill, and it's not like I am not like some type of sex maniac. That
no."
is not yeah, it's more of a desire to it's it's more of a desire to be close,
To connect.
uh, to connect, yeah.
Mhm. I understand that.
It's not sex. I mean, yeah, okay, maybe sex, but it's not sex. It's connection. It's, understanding. It's like, I don't know if you've heard of a squish before, have you?
What is that? Explain that to us.
A squish is it's almost like a queer platonic friend, but it's not. It's almost like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but it's not. It's a drawing together of 2 people. It's almost like a magnet. It's, like, powerful, but it's not sexual, and that's like, people have a hard time understanding that, and so I had a squish, um, maybe about a year and a half ago, and Egg could do nothing about it. I mean, she knew, but there was nothing she could do because it was that powerful. Um, it ended, but during that time, it was electric. There was just something that could not be broken between us,
Mhm,
and but it wasn't sexual. So it was a strange feeling. It's called a squish though in like ace terminology, asexual terminology,
mhm.
so on and so forth. Yeah.
I learned something new today, and, I may or may not have had a squish in the past.
Yeah, yeah. I have this is the first one that I actually had that I recognized for what it was, and,
Mhm.
I know that, like, in the past, I've had them, I've just never recognized them, but, like, my feelings can, like, become intense very quickly,
Same.
um, yeah, so I don't, um and my conversations, I like to match energy. So if somebody can match my energy, I feel that connection even quicker and even stronger.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So,
I get it. I totally get
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and, and if I like, I'm thankful that I have my boo, my bae,
Same.
because I don't wanna be out, like, trying to date and shit because, like,
Not in this
no
current climate.
yeah, no, hell no.
Brandon, I do not envy you at all, having to
Yeah,
meet
no,
these guys
sorry,
on these,
Brandon.
you know,
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
he's gonna be eternally single, it's okay. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to jinx him, but and no, okay, I'll stop there because I love Brandon, so I can't say any more about that, but, yeah, it's really hard finding guys on those dating apps, even with the guy he's hanging out with now. I mean, who knows where that's going? Like,
Right,
maybe it'll work out, maybe, but it's hard.
well,
It's like a
my
needle in a haystack.
My therapist at one point, my psychiatrist or my therapist, one or the other, they were like, "Why don't you join some of those dating apps?" And I was like, "For what reason am I joining dating apps?" And they were like, we want you to expand your circle, you have one person, you have your partner, and you have one other person. So we need you to expand." And I was like, "Okay, let me get on these dating apps." Motherfucker, every
Mhm.
single one of them was horrible. Every single one of them was horrible. I was like, "Hey,"
Watch out for the
so
bots too,
yes, so many.
and
So
the military guys, I mean, come on.
I don't know how people do it, like, honestly, like, there's like, it used to be you go to a bar or you go to a club, and, no, I don't do that shit anymore. I don't drink, so, I don't, like,
I don't
go
drink
to a
either.
bar. Yeah, like, going to a bar doesn't it's not fun, you know? Um, but, I guess, like, trivia and shit like that is
Trivia
fun,
and karaoke.
and yeah, I sing in my shower. I sing all around the house, but I don't sing, no.
You've heard me
No.
and Brandon sing, haven't you?
No, oh.
Well, I mean,
But
on our
that's
show
a little
sometimes I'll hum a few bars or say
okay, go ahead.
something. Oh,
Yeah.
what you wanna hear? What you wanna hear? Come on, give me some. How about
Uh,
let's do this ATL style.
yeah.
Unbreak my heart,
Oh,
say you
shit!
love me again.
Nice!
Undo this hurt you caused when
Yes,
you walked out the
yes,
door and walked out of my life. I wonder how much of
yeah,
this is gonna get demonetized. No, we're not monetized anyway, but
well, that is great,
I didn't
yeah.
even warm
The
up. I didn't even warm
the
up.
the the fact that you were able just get out, just like, and bust some like, bust some tunes out, like, some words, that's pretty ballsy, I like that,
Yeah. I do
Uh,
acapella all the time, but, like, like, if you're not warmed up, like, somebody could sing if they didn't even warm up, and they can still stay in tune and hit those notes.
right, right,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It
I am not a great singer, I've been taking voice therapy lessons to try and raise my voice, so let me see if I can do it.
okay, I wanna see.
Okay, hold on. Ah, so if I can talk sort of like this the whole time, but I can't like inflect or anything like that, it stays flat. So I usually end up talking like this.
Okay, wait, I got an idea. Let's try this. This is just gonna be
Okay.
a little fun exercise, OnyxRose.
Okay.
So start with that voice, do it real quick, and
Okay.
then for a
Ah,
couple of what am I trying to say? A couple of syllables in between or at the end, switch back to revert back to your the one that feels more comfortable for you. So then let's see
Okay.
if you can switch
Uh,
back and forth.
so I can talk like this and then drop like this and then drop like this and then go back up like this. So I can say hi Nix or hi Nix or
Oh, that was hot.
hi Nix.
If I seen the girl do that in front of me, like I'm dropping my pants. I'm dropping my pants. I'm not playing.
I I see a lot of trans women who, like, they use their regular voice, and then they use their old voice, and it's just like, okay, Vivian Wilson, whatever her name is, Vivian,
Mhm.
yeah, she did, like, this Instagram post where she was like, "Oh, you guys wanna hear my real voice?" And she just let it out, and it was so deep. It was like, "Raw." Um and so it's a testament to how people can actually change their voice, especially trans women or trans femme people or non-binary femme people.
Laverne Cox does a really good job of it too. She can get down there
Yeah,
too.
she does. She has a very And I hate to say it like this because y'all are gonna be like in the comments, y'all don't come for me. But she has a very trans voice, and you can tell it's trans. And that may just be like a trans person who can tell it's trans, but like there are trans women who you cannot clock their voice.
Mhm.
They sound 100% cis hetero women, assigned female at birth.
AFAB, yeah.
And yeah,
Mhm.
and so, it's just amazing. It really is amazing what can be done. Um, I have to wonder whether I wanna raise my voice, because I'm non-binary, so I can use whichever voice I want, but I fluctuate on the gender spectrum. So sometimes I'm non-binary, sometimes I'm like a binary trans woman, you know? But I
Mhm.
use pronouns she, they, and I like for people like Egg will say things like, "Oh, OnyxRose is doing this. She loves to do that, and they're gonna do this today."
I
You
like using
know?
they, because they
Yeah.
if you really think about the origin of they as a pronoun, they has been around as a pronoun for such a long time.
I
Like,
think it's but yeah. No.
so, like, even when the gender of somebody wasn't specified back in the day when we would write, like, in English class, if you remember this,
Yep.
they're going to the store. I'm like, why is
Yeah.
it so hard for people to just default
Well,
to that now?
yeah, it's people like, "I don't wanna use, pronouns. Why do I have to use their pronouns?"
Because that's how they identify, duh.
Well, but then we're looking at him like, "You just used a fucking pronoun, you fucking asshole." Like, why do I have to use their pronouns, you know?
Did you see on my Medium page what my pronouns are?
No, I didn't.
I don't really advertise this, but, I'm he, him, them, they.
Oh, really? Okay, so you don't mind being called "they."
I do not. I
Okay,
am,
perfect.
by definition, although I don't really say it so much, and I think this is gonna be the first time I'm actually saying it on video, I'm actually non-binary.
There we go. Yeah,
I think you might have clocked that, though.
yes,
Hold on,
yes.
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to do my voice like what you did earlier, see if I can do it.
Okay.
Because I already kind of have a high-pitched voice for a guy, but, "Hi, Onyx Rose, how you doing?"
That's great. So if we keep on trying to talk like this, we might actually have a great conversation.
"Oh my gosh, you're so pretty."
You're so pretty. Thank you.
Aw. My
See,
part my partner's over here, and he's like looking at me like, "What are you doing? What are you doing right now?"
Yeah, that's really good. I like that you can use that voice.
Do you want Mhm. Do you wanna hear
It
something
take
cooler?
Yes, yes.
Hi, OnyxRose.
Yeah, so let's see if I can get that look. "Hi, hi, hi." But my voice kinda cracks when I
That's
hit that
hot.
note.
That's hot.
Uh, "Hi, how you doing?"
I'm good.
"What's up?
How you doing,
How
girl?
how you doing?"
You doing?
And I like the, "How you doing, girl? What's up?" You know?
I think the reason why I think I'm able to go between the octaves is because I'm a trained singer and stuff.
Yes,
And when
yes,
you sing, you're mindful of where your voice goes. So it's like you can
right.
hit the high notes or you can hit the low notes. And I have like
Well,
I mhm,
you're seeing chest voice versus head voice, and
mhm,
you're working on your embouchure and your, vocal cords are going slower or longer or shorter. It really is, like all these muscles working together to create this voice.
mhm. Um, what was it that I clocked it last time I checked? I think no, I was 3 octaves. I was gonna say I'm 4, but there's no way I'm 4. I right now, I think I'm at 3 octaves from the 2nd to the 5th.
Right. Let's see.
Yeah. You have a pretty voice. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh,
I can't really sing, but I can, like, I can go up, up, up,
you
up,
can
up, and
hum, yeah. Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
uh, um,
I cracked. Neither one of us are
um,
gonna be singing the diva song today, the one from
right,
the Fifth
right, you know?
Element. That song is impossibly hard. Have you heard people try to
Yeah,
cover that song?
I have never heard anybody try and cover it. No.
Go on YouTube at one point and type in the diva song "The Voice" and you'll find
Right.
some crazy auditions. Like, there was this girl that nailed it. I was like, "Oh shit, how did you do that?"
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
I would like to hear that.
if you wanna hear an unreal, person who's classically trained who has a ridiculous, vocal range, his name is Dimash Kudaibergen. He's a
Okay,
Kazakh singer, and
okay.
he has a crazy fucking, like, register, and he can hit those high notes with ease, like, it's like, "What?"
Ah,
And
yeah,
he was on this, like, Chinese, like, singing competition. It was, I didn't understand what they were saying in it because obviously it's in Chinese, but I was watching it on YouTube, and I'm like, "Holy shit, this dude can sing." He sang this obscure French song, and he just, like, seamlessly, like, went through all the notes, and I was like, "Holy shit."
that would be nice, that would
Yeah.
be nice. I would
I
I would
I Mhm.
go ahead,
I said I woulda won American Idol if I woulda had that voice, because I
oh,
auditioned 4
shit.
times.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. How was the additions? Did they, like, have, like, everybody sitting outside and say, like, "Alright, y'all come in here," and
It was
one
kinda like
person
that,
singing?
yes. So they'd go to a big venue. So I went to San Francisco because that's the where I close to where I lived at the time, and we were at the Cow Palace the first time, which is, this big, like, they have, like, fairs and stuff there, but it's, like, the seating's, like, 35, maybe 50,000,
Right.
and what you do, you have to go there a couple days early because the line gets really long and people had to sleep outside. We all had to sleep out, like, in the cold San Francisco weather in our sleeping bags and stuff to wait for them to give us a wristband. So then once
Okay.
you got the wristband, you were secured an audition, so then you would come back to the line if you wanted to, or you could stay in line, but they were telling us, "It's, too cold for you guys to sit out here, so we'd recommend that you go somewhere else." But I came back that night, but we went to karaoke that night, with a few of the people who were auditioning. We just hung out at the karaoke place and sang. It was fun.
Wow.
Then we went back in our sleeping bags, we slept outside again, then when they opened the doors the next morning, we went in for the cattle call is what they call it, because that's where
Okay.
everybody, you just come for the audition, and they put us into sections, and then we would just have to, like, wait and hang out with people in the audience and stuff, and we were singing together and doing all sorts of fun stuff. Then we'd get up to the line, and the line took forever to clear because there's like thousands of people in there.
Right,
You get
right.
it from the producers who are not even like Simon, Paul, and Randy at that point. It's just like random people who work for the show, and they'd say yes or no to your audition. And I was in a line with four people. This one guy with the suit who just could not sing. It was me and him, some other people, and he. So he was standing next to me. I'm at the audition. I'm singing. I'm singing really good, and this dude sings like crap. They pointed in my direction. I'm like, "Holy shit, did I get picked?" And I realized they're pointing at that dude because
Oh,
you know how they like, yeah, they get those joke auditions in there, like the people who can't sing. And I saw him on
right,
TV. I actually did get to meet Simon, Paul, and Randy at some point, but like, once you get through that round, then you go to
right.
another round where you stand in front of the other producers, like the executive producers, and then they decide if you go in front of the judges.
Okay,
So
okay,
yeah. One year I did make it and I did get to sing in front of the judges,
okay,
but they told me that I needed to work on my breath control and that I was too heavy.
okay.
So
Breath control is a
they didn't like my
breath
look.
control.
Yeah.
Well, that's bullshit. Yeah, that's bullshit. That's TV. Breath control is a big thing, though. I understand that, but like looks, that's TV bullshit.
Yeah.
And I
They
can't
they
really
they
deal with
reject a
that.
lot of people. They reject a lot of people just based on looks.
Uh, so let's hop real quick to music. What do you like to listen to? I mean, I know we're at 59 minutes, so
Let's keep going. I feel like we need
okay,
the energy is telling us to move forward past the hour.
okay,
Yeah, yeah. So music wise, I am very eclectic. So I like let me just start. Like, I mean, what are some of my favorite genres? So growing up, I liked a lot of pop. My huge influences when I was younger were Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, the Divine Trio. I
right,
mean, that's what I call them because they were amazing.
right,
Um,
right,
I grew up in that culture with the pop music, and then rock at the time too. There's like Nirvana and Pearl Jam, all them. I like that too. And then we get to the age with like the boy bands like Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, In Sync. I was into
yeah,
all that.
okay,
Um, at the same time, I was also coming into rap. My mom was trying to resist getting me into rap because of, well, I mean, it's not, she didn't like rap, so that was what it was.
right,
But
right,
like Tupac and Eminem came a little later, but like him and like Dr. Dre and Jay-Z. I
right.
mean, early on, all that. And I mean Kanye early on, but I don't fuck with Kanye anymore. But
No, no,
yeah, yeah. I mean, early
fuck
Kanye was
Kanye.
fine. Yeah, early Kanye was
Early
fine.
Kanye was fire. He was fire. He's actually got some really good material, but he's
There's a
a
song he
piece
does
of
with
shit.
Estelle. I don't know if you ever heard it, American Boy.
Yes,
I love
yes.
that song. I love that
Yeah.
song.
I love a lot of Kanye's music, I do,
I did
but
too.
so let me drop into mine then.
Okay.
First of all, there will be no Taylor Swift bullshit, yep, in this live. T Swizzy is my shit. Now,
I won't judge you.
thank you. Thank you. All of y'all in the live in the chat, don't even say anything about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is amazing. Now, to be fair, I only like Taylor Swift from 1989 up. And my favorite album by her is the Poets Society one, and then Folklore, and then Evermore. So I like her more.
Introspective stuff.
Yes, yes, yes. But I also like dance music. Like I like a lot of house and deep house and
Mhm,
soulful house. So, I like The National. So I like a lot of indie music.
mhm.
I like a lot of hip hop, like Mac Miller.
Oh, I love
Uh,
Mac Miller.
yeah, because I've been listening to Jet Fuel for the last, like, 3 or 4 days. I like a lot of hip hop, I like a lot of indie type 90s indie music.
Mhm.
I take my dressing inspiration from 90s indie type women and girls, because when I was in the 90s
Tori
and I
Amos.
was well, not Tori Amos. I know something about Tori Amos. Unfortunately, she is a racist,
Oh, is
and
she? Oops.
yes,
No,
yes,
we're
yes.
canceling her now.
Um, yes. And it's too bad because I saw her in the 90s for like $3. No, $6 at the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra. Um, and yeah, so I took my inspiration from 90s alt girls. And it was because it was in the 90s and I was in this boy suit, but I wanted so bad to be wearing these women's clothing, and look like the alt girls of the 90s. So that's the way I dressed up. Yeah.
That's awesome. I actually see that. I actually see that.
Uh,
That's nice.
uh,
Yeah, yeah. Um, although another thing we have to cancel Gwen Stefani too because she fucking
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I saw No Doubt myself. And I'm not gonna say they put on a good show, but they had infectious energy. Um, eh, eh, what's her name? Gwen Stefani is yeah, like, she was I don't know, like, they tried to be ska, but they weren't ska, they were
They're not ska.
they're like ska pop and, it was kinda like,
We should have canceled her after Harajuku Girls. I'm like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't do yellow face like in front of an Asian. I
Yeah.
mean, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's yeah. Yes. Yes, she should have been canceled.
I mean
Uh,
that song though slaps, but like,
yeah, problematic. Problematic.
it's like that
Um,
one song by David Bowie. You remember China Girl?
God, David Bowie is, like, problematic all the way to the core, like,
Yeah.
his issues with underage girls and, like, the best thing about him, I think, was Iman, you know,
Mhm.
um,
Are we gonna
um,
cancel? Wait. We've already canceled R. Kelly and P Diddy though, right?
yeah, oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Do you still sneak in a track here and there?
No, no, never,
No.
never.
Okay.
I never liked R. Kelly anyway, and so, like, I don't know if you've seen The Boondocks, but that first episode of The Boondocks where R. Kelly's in trial,
I've seen
and
the
then they let
Boondocks.
him okay, that shit is so funny, but it's
Mm,
true, and no, I am not a Diddy fan, I am not an R. Kelly fan. Diddy put the hit out on both Biggie and Pac, and
mm.
blew up Kid Cudi's car and, the infamous, like, parties where he's just, like, like, just fucking crazy shit, but
Yeah,
this is Hollywood shit, and I'm
yeah.
like, "Okay,"
The Epstein class. What we're calling
Yes.
now the Epstein class.
Yeah, yeah.
These people who think
And
they're
I
above the law and can get away with whatever the fuck they want.
well, they can, and I look at someone like Justin Bieber, and I have to wonder, like, he's broken, and he looks broken, and I don't know if anything happened to him, but he looks broken,
You
you
think Usher
know?
groomed him?
I think somehow Diddy got to him. I do, yeah,
But
yeah.
you don't think Usher did it, yeah.
I don't think Usher well, I don't know, 'cause I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything about that.
No, no,
Um,
no. I don't think
uh, uh, um, but, there are I what in Atlanta, the one thing so let me just jump to another subject. I like Atlanta. I don't know about Erie, but is there a mixture of cultures, of ethnicities in Erie?
Yeah,
Okay,
Erie's like a small microcosm of, the city that I grew up in, Sacramento, that,
okay,
is very diverse and actually very integrated. So, cities can be diverse, right? Like Atlanta, I don't know how segregated Atlanta is because I know it's in the South, but I know that there's a history of segregation in the South.
right.
Um, but in Sacramento wasn't segregated. Like you had Asians, Hispanics, black people, white people all in the same neighborhood. I mean, it's starting to kind of like pan out to where I think it's starting to do it again, like where like people are
Right.
moving to certain places. I mean, and there's always going to be the class difference, which I think is
Well,
a
it's gen
huge. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's gentrification, and that's exactly what's happening in Atlanta. It's called white flight, and it's like the
Mhm.
white people who live in the suburbs are fleeing even farther out because then
To the
black and brown
exurbs,
people, right? But you also have white people moving into the inner cities and them fixing it all up and putting like
fix
all these
fixing it all up.
things. There we go. And then, displacing all these black and brown people. Now, in Atlanta, you have a nice mix of people, and
Mm.
it's not necessarily segregated. There are parts that are segregated, but there's a nice mix of people in Atlanta. You see interracial couples all the time. So, mm,
I'm in an interracial relationship. I mean, you seen my man,
so am
right?
I.
Yeah, yeah.
I have not. No, I have not.
I thought you saw the picture of us on
I
Substack.
have no, I haven't. Is it still on Substack?
Yeah, yeah, it's go check it out right now, just real quick. I mean,
I'll have to.
I would show you him right now, but he's over here typing away. Um,
Right. Let's see. Hold on. Let me pop in here.
he's a
Mm.
redhead with a big
I
beard.
do love redheads. Uh, let's see.
He's got
Is it?
an epic beard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you'll see it when you it's not that far down because we were at a concert on Thursday, last Thursday.
Oh, yeah. He looks like a true Irishman
Yeah, and a Viking at the same time.
and a Viking. Yeah. I love the beard. It is
Yeah,
epic.
yeah. I like
Y'all
stroking
look,
it.
yeah, y'all look great
Am I allowed to say
together.
thank you.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that on camera? Uh,
Yeah, you can say you like stroking anything on camera. Come on now. This is
uh,
Substack. They don't care.
yeah, Mike might slap me.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
He's like, "Really?" He's looking at me like, "Really?" I like to tease him.
But, yeah, oh god, I love to fuck with Egg. I fuck with Egg all the time. She gets,
I
a
fuck with
little
Mike all the time, and it's funny because he always takes the bait. It's so great.
yeah, uh,
You can tell I like to have fun. Like you could I think you could just see it, right? Like you just see that energy in me. Like I
yeah,
there's a lot
no,
underneath this.
no.
Like I get wild sometimes.
I do get wild. I like to like, my energy is usually high. I'm usually,
Mhm.
like, high energy even and I know I have bipolar disorder, but it's not that. It's just
It's
that
not the
my energy
manic, no.
levels. Right, it's just my energy levels are normally high. So people are like, "Oh, you're so friendly, and you smile a lot, and and it's true, but there are times where I just don't wanna be fucked with, you know?
Yeah.
And so just
Your
leave me
ba
the fuck alone.
your baseline is high energy. Your
Yeah,
baseline is high energy. So even without, like, coffee or, like, without, like, anything
I don't drink coffee,
you don't drink coffee?
no, mm-mm,
Oh, wow. What do you drink energy
no,
drinks?
no.
Soda?
Yeah, I drink Dr. Pepper, yeah,
I like Dr.
and
Pepper.
and
That's
I
my
drink
favorite.
tea. No,
Yeah.
I drink black tea, but I don't drink yeah, that's it.
So
No.
the thing with me and Mike so I'm diabetic, right? I haven't
Okay,
well, I've brought it up probably a few times in the past, but, I have to drink sugar-free stuff if I'm gonna drink anything with like, that I like that's sweet. So,
right.
Dr. Pepper is my favorite soda, but when I wanna drink Dr. Pepper, I either have to drink Dr. Pepper Zero or Diet Dr. Pepper, or one of, like,
I
the variations that are, like, the cream or whatever, like, the ones that they come out with?
right. So I don't
Yeah.
like the creamy Dr. Pepper stuff, but I do like the Dr. Pepper Zero. I
It
can
tastes
drink that.
just like it tastes just
Yeah,
like regular Dr. Pepper without the sugar, right?
yeah, it does. And so that's it, to me, it's better than like Coke Zero or Sprite or any of the other zeros. I like
Mm,
Dr. Pepper Zero. I can handle that. Yeah.
mhm. I I I wish I could drink the regular stuff still, because like, every time I try to drink it now, like, if I
Right.
accidentally drink a Dr. Pepper, like, I get a headache.
Well, it would help me to not drink Dr. Pepper so much. It would definitely help me to, to cut back on the sugar and the sodium, all that good stuff, like, it doesn't help my weight, it doesn't help my health, and, you can be heavy and still have good health. I'm heavy and I have bad health.
That's
So,
same.
y
I get
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, so
You and I would assume, like, we though just the way we carry ourselves, we look like we could be about the same weight. Like, I don't wanna disclose my weight here, but, like, I mean,
Oh, I'll disclose mine, I don't care, like, I'm, like, right around 290 right now. Yeah,
I'm right around 300 right now. I'm 6'2".
okay. Yeah, and I'm 5'10", like, I shrunk. I used
So
to be
we're
6'1".
so
Yeah.
we're I think we're about the same build, I think. Just
Yeah,
you could just
yeah,
kinda tell. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And, I don't mind telling people, like, I put on a lot of weight in the last year. Um,
Mhm,
Part of it was medication. I had a big medication switch.
mhm.
Part of it was just, like, eating a lot, because of
Yeah.
the medication. So,
That's the same way
um
that's I had to adjust because the medication when I started taking metformin and all the other stuff I had to take to control all my different, um
yes.
well, I call them medical conditions, but, they're also medical disabilities because I have a lot of things that have prevented me from working for the last 8 years. Um,
Yeah. Well,
but, I what was I gonna say? I have to be more mindful of what I eat and how much I eat now. My partner does a lot in helping me with that. And he helps me manage my weight. Like, he'll like, even if I wanna eat something, I'm like, "Can I eat that?" He's like, "Should you be eating that?" I'm like, "Oh, okay."
like, well, maybe not. Yeah, so I think Egg and I need to be more accountable to each other about what we eat.
Mhm.
Um She is better. She does take Ozempic, and she has lost, like, 80 pounds,
Oh,
and,
wow.
Bomb.com, yeah, but she's gained a little bit of it back, and that's the
Uh,
problem. Yeah,
mhm.
that's always the problem. So she'll be taking it for a while, I guess, because she has type 2 diabetes. Um,
I do too.
eh yeah, okay, well, do you not take Ozempic or anything like that?
They was suggested to me, and they said it would help with my weight too, but I was like, I don't know how, enthusiastic I was to jump on a GLP-1, especially with how
Yeah,
new they are and with
yeah,
like, we still haven't determined the long-term effects of all that, like,
yeah.
because it hasn't been out long enough. For
Well,
me oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah.
Mhm,
No, it makes sense. It makes a lot
mhm.
of sense.
For me, it's like, I'm just trying to lose it the natural way because I was at my heaviest at the beginning of last year. I was close to, like, 340, and I just started losing weight. I've lost 30 pounds over the last year, and just from thank
Congratulations.
you. Just from my partner helping me out, just saying, "Don't eat that," "We're gonna eat this." Not eating out as much, like, we like pizzas and burgers and steaks and stuff like that, and Mexican food chains and all
Yum,
that, but, like,
yum.
we can't do that much anymore, like, and it's cost prohibitive. It's cost prohibitive.
Yeah,
We'd be spending hundreds of dollars a month going out, and now we spend, like, maybe $20, and that's it.
yeah, it is cost prohibitive. It is, but, still, I'm like, "Get me a burger," like, tonight, we're gonna have like, we pulled out ground beef, and we're gonna have burger patties,
Mm.
we had pizza last night, so, I don't eat vegetables. I need to drink my veggies. I don't eat them.
You wanna, you do, like, V8 and stuff, like, if you do that
Yeah.
or, like,
Mhm.
those naked
Yeah.
or what are those called? Like, the things in
Yeah.
the bottle? Yeah, the naked
Yeah.
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
what I do, because, like, vegetables actually I have Crohn's disease as well, and vegetables
Yeah, you
mess
need
up mine.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
so
I need to, inform some of our live chat people really quick of what I just, so this is gonna be a joke, obviously, so, oh my god, what was I gonna say? I forgot now, it was funny. Um,
Wait, her do it? Who?
Oh, the Taylor Swift.
Yes. Wait, which one? Which one?
It's on the 2020 album.
Is
It
it Exile?
Yeah, Exile. So what's the name of the song?
I think it's called Exile. I think that's the name of the song.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah. Like anything with her and The National or with her and Bonnie Vay or Bonnie Ver. I don't know.
That's the
That's
guy right there. That's the guy right
yeah.
there, Bonnie Fair.
Yeah, Justin Vernon. Yeah. Anything with those two, like with those two, that it's usually very good.
Yeah, yeah. Um, were you mentioning when I brought up the state capitals thing last time that that was something you might wanna do with me on video?
Oh, I don't wanna do it because I can't do it, but
Oh,
I
you
like to
can't do
hear
it?
you do it. Yeah. Oh, I can't do it. There's
Oh,
no
you
way.
couldn't do
No.
it? No, no, no.
Nah. No.
Oh, should I? No, I'm not gonna bust that out again. I remember. I was like, but that I mean, that only takes, like, 30 seconds to do that, like, ABC stuff, but, like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Um,
They can watch it
I
on the
I am trying to what one of the things I've always wanted to be is a polyglot, and,
That's
uh
where the language thing came in. So you were okay, so that was cool that you helped me because I'm still a beginner in French.
okay.
So I'm I don't even wanna try. Wait, hold on, let me try something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
9, 10, yeah. 11, 12, 13, 14, 50, 60, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24. Yeah, so yes, that is French and
Croissant, croissant. No, I'm just
croissant. Yeah, croissant. Croissant. People are like, "I'd like a croissant," and I'm like, "Bitch, come on, croissant." Um,
Boulangerie,
what's that?
boulangerie.
Boulangerie, yeah. French is kinda crazy because, like, the word for bird is oiseau, but
Which
if
is
you
yeah,
look at you can't like, every letter, every vowel in that word is, like, pronounced a different way. So, but I like French. I can speak a little Spanish, a little German.
same.
I could understand a little Italian, and so what it is that it's the Romance languages.
Yeah, yeah.
Once you get one, you can kind of pick up on the others. So,
Io studio italiano.
oh wow,
Yeah,
I am not that good in Italian. I like that.
yeah.
No, and most of this comes from footballing. I played soccer when I was younger, and I
Football,
played with
yeah.
no, football, like real football,
No,
not
yeah.
hand egg,
No,
not
yeah.
hand egg, but real football, and, I played with a lot of
Imma tell Egg that you say you want a hand egg.
she already knows because that's what she calls it. She calls it hand egg. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, but so I played with a lot of international people, and we would have a lot of fun, saying words in different languages and trying to figure out what each person was saying, and so yeah, that was fun for us.
I just finished a series that I was watching, from a different country. I won't say the country yet, but I'm gonna lead up to it. So, the show was in a different language, so, somebody who isn't familiar with the language would need English subtitles, which I still had just to reinforce it because I didn't wanna completely go off of my knowledge of the language, but I had studied it for 8 months, and it's one of the easiest language that they say for English speakers to learn because of how close it is to English.
How long did it take you to understand all the English words?
Yeah, it took a lot longer than that, but anyway, my point is, the show was really good. It had a good cast, and it was in a language that not a lot of people study, but it's a very old, it's a language that's based in older, tradition, and it's in Europe, so I'm gonna preface with that, and it's a Germanic language, so it's part of
That's
the
what I
premise
thought.
with German.
Yeah.
It's Norwegian, bokmål.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Well,
I was watching this show, it's called, The Commoner, which is, Harald og Sonja, and it's the story about the royal family, the king and queen right now, Harold and Sonia, but when he was the crown prince and he wanted to marry her, but she was a commoner. She was somebody who
okay.
was not of the royal family, and they wanted him to marry. one of the princes from another country or princesses from another. That would have been awesome too, but no, princesses from one of the other countries. Like they kept trying to bring these princesses in, and they knew about
Right,
their relationship between her and him and the commoner, but they were keeping it under wraps because that would be a scandal. And they said the people of Norway aren't ready for a commoner as a queen, and they basically were also talking about dissolving the monarchy and all this stuff. And it took 9 years for the king to finally approve their marriage. So they were together for 9 years before his father, King Olav, finally said, "Okay, you guys can marry." But this whole story, it's a 4 episode story with 1 hour episodes each. They're all in
right.
Norwegian.
Okay.
I was watching it with ease, even with the English subtitles. I mean, I understood it even without them. Like I could just like listen to the people talking. So it was just really nice to be able to a language that I had studied for a while. Now that I'm practicing it and getting to hear it, immersing myself.
Right. Well, that's that's the way to learn is to immerse yourself in it. Watch
Yeah,
TV shows, talk to people, read books. Oh,
yeah.
um, but yeah, let's see what's going on in the chat. Nothing much going on in the chat.
No, none of them. They're listening to us intently. We're
Yes,
we're interesting. We're interesting people, and we're smart, interesting people. So that's why they're listening.
um, but yeah, I think in maybe in wrapping this up,
Yeah,
I first of all, I appreciate you allowing me to take the time to speak with you. It's been
yeah.
fun getting to know you. I
We're doing this again.
appreciate,
I'm gonna
yeah,
tease it
yeah,
already. We're doing this again.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And we'll have to come up with different
Topics.
people. Yeah, different
Mhm.
topics, different people. But yeah,
Maybe
in
we could
the
have
end,
Brandon on too, so you could fawn over him the whole time.
oh my gosh.
Brandon,
That might be
Brandon. So I'm calling you out right now. You and Onyx Rose are gonna be flirting on camera, so this is happening. Um, Forget about that guy that you met over in the freaking on the apps or whatever. I know she's got a girlfriend, but or I mean like a partner, but at the same time, we got to make
That
this
is
happen.
okay. Yeah, that is okay. I would have to make it there would be a conversation with Egg.
Be like, "Hey, Egg, you want to come on too?" You can flirt. You can flirt
No,
with.
I wouldn't say I
No, be
no,
like, you can flirt with Jerry for a while. Just don't feel excluded.
yeah, no. No, I would be like, "Egg, you're just gonna have to just chill," just,
Uh, I mean, even though I'm
but
homo
yeah.
exclusive at this point because of my partner, I've dated women in the past.
Yeah. Well, I'm exclusive. There's no mistake about it, but I I personally don't want to be. That is not my choice.
Yeah,
Um, but I am making the choice to stay monogamous. So I guess it is my choice
yeah.
in a sense, like it's kind of crazy because it would not be my choice if I had the choice, but I don't have the choice. So it is my choice. Um,
That's gonna get clipped,
I,
by the way.
that's
One of
going
the
to do what?
video, those video clips that came up of after our live chats. That's gonna be one of
Yeah.
the clips.
I would like it to be. That's kind of interesting.
It's going to be watch.
But yeah, thank you. I loved talking to you. I had a great time.
Same here. I didn't want it to end at all. I
No,
wanted to keep
no,
going.
that's a fun.
I know
Yeah,
we had to get a natural break, especially since it's almost dinner time, and you're
yeah,
probably getting ready to eat those burgers, and I'm about to get ready to eat some pork, some
yeah.
soup. Yeah,
Yum.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I've just got people blowing up my phone right now. So, like, I've got a friend who has to drive from downtown Atlanta to Athens, which y'all don't know, but it's like an hour and a half drive.
I know where Athens is.
Okay, so she lives not in Athens, but right outside of Athens.
Mhm.
So her drive is actually an hour 45 minutes because she drives from downtown Atlanta to right near Athens. And so we
Yeah.
usually talk on the phone on her drive. And she's blowing me up right now.
I love Well, you gotta attend to your best friend. Well, is that your bestie or is that a different?
No, no, it's not my bestie. This is just a girl through through one of our support groups, one of my
Okay.
trans support groups. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, thank you everybody in the chat. I see all of y'all. I appreciate y'all coming and listening to us ramble. Um, Sturge, I'm gonna want to do it again for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll message you after this and we'll set
okay,
something up.
okay, y'all in the chat. Thank you for showing up. Have a
Thank
great day.
thank you all for being here today. Thank you.
Bye.